My dear students, today we can do a practical problem from the module Capital Gain. Illustration 3. Mr. Jain sold his residential house on 10 June 2019 for rupees 5 crore 20 lakhs. The original cost of acquisition was rupees 10 lakh, while the indexed cost of acquisition was rupees 90 lakh. He spent rupees 5,20,000 as commission on transfer. He made the following investments. Purchased a residential house in May 2020 for rupees 3 crore 33 lakh 86,000. Invested in bonds of National Highway Authority of India within 6 months rupees 31 lakh. Invested in bonds of Power Finance Corporation within 6 months of rupees 10 lakh. Invested in long-term bonds specified under section 54E within 6 months of sale of plot rupees 70 lakh. Find out taxable capital gain. So let us do the problem. First we have to write computation of long-term capital gain. Our assessment year is 2020-21. First step is we have to write full value of consideration. Full value of consideration means sales price. So in the question it is stated that he sold his residential house property for rupees 5 crore 20 lakh. So we can write full value of consideration 5 crore 20 lakh. From that we have to deduct selling expenses if any. In the question it is clearly stated that he spent rupees 5,20,000 as commission on transfer. So this amount is selling expense. So we can deduct selling expense rupees 5,20,000. Now we are getting 5 crore 14 lakh 80,000. This is net consideration. From net consideration we have to deduct indexed cost of acquisition. In the question it is given indexed cost of acquisition itself. So we don't have to index the cost of acquisition. It is directly given indexed cost of acquisition and the figure is 90 lakh. So we can deduct that figure 90 lakh. Now we are getting 4 crore 24 lakh 80,000. Again read the question. He made the following investments. Purchased a residential house, invested in bonds of National Highway Authority of India, invested in bonds of Power Finance Corporation, invested in long-term bonds specified. Okay. In the last class, in Google Classroom, we have discussed section 54. Hope that you are remembering that. That is capital gain exempted from tax. So first adjustment is purchased residential house in May 2020 for rupees 3 crore 33 lakh 86,000. Under section 54 we have discussed that capital gain arising on transfer of building or land appurtenant thereto is exempted if assessee is investing that amount in purchasing a residential house property. So we can claim this investment, this amount as deduction under section 54. So right here less deduction under section 54 3 crore 33 lakh 86,000. Okay, next adjustment. Invested in bonds of National Highway Authority of India within 6 months rupees 31 lakh. Invested in bonds of Power Finance Corporation within 6 months of rupees 10 lakh. Under section 54 EC we have discussed that if an assessee transfers a long-term capital asset and invest in long-term specified asset, assessee can claim exemption. So he invested that amount in bonds of National Highway Authority of India and Power Finance Corporation. That means long-term specified assets. He invested long-term capital gain in long-term specified assets. So we can claim this investments as deduction under section 54 EC. So write working note, section 54 EC. This amount 31 lakh plus 10 lakh. So together this 41 lakh we can claim as deduction under section 54 EC, right? Less deduction under section 54 EC, rupees 41 lakh. Hope that is clear. Okay. Next one. Invested in long-term bonds specified under section 54 EE within 6 months of sale of plot, rupees 70 lakh. Under section 54 EE, if an associate transfers long-term capital asset and investing in units of specified fund, associate can claim exemption from tax. So in the question, it is clearly stated that he invested in long-term bonds specified under section 54 EE. So we can claim that as deduction. So right here, less deduction under section 54 EE, rupees, not rupees 70 lakh, only rupees 50 lakh, because maximum limit is there. Maximum limit of rupees 50 lakh only can be claimed in the section 54 EE. Remind that. So less deduction under section 54 EE, rupees 50 lakh. When we deduct these figure, we are getting long-term capital loss. That means taxable capital gain is nil. Hope this problem is clear. If you have any doubt regarding section 54, for notes regarding section 54, please visit the blog santoshjosephkochil.blogspot.com. In that blog, I have uploaded detailed notes regarding section 54. Okay, thank you.